How are we doing, everybody? Good morning. I want to start out today by talking a little about the quiz from last week. Let's look at it here. This is the question I got a lot of questions on. This is supposed to be the question right here. In a cut and paste, it came over funky and I didn't catch it. So thank you all for catching it. And I think I went back through and fixed everybody's answers on this. So let's look at it together. What is unique about the climate conditions where there are glaciers? Now, this is the opposite of the question that I asked you in the play posit. In the play posit, I asked you, why are there no glaciers in Maryland? So this is saying, what is unique about the climate conditions where there are glaciers, right? There is less snowmelt than snowfall, slash ice that falls. Sorry, snow and ice that falls. So in other words, there's going to be less snow melting than piles up. That's how you end up with a glacier. When you end up having more snow than the amount that is going away. All right. In Maryland, we have more snow melt, right, than snow and ice. Does that make sense? So in the wintertime, all our snow goes away. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Move me over here. This is the other one I wanted to talk to you about. This is the other one everybody got wrong. And this I gave you a couple different ways last Thursday. So we watched two videos on it, and I showed you a project that I did back when I did environmental consulting, early 2000s. And the question is here, what is going to happen between the marsh grass right here and the oyster shells in the bags? That's right here. And this is from Living Shoreline, the little news report we watched in the video. Okay. If you didn't watch the video, you might not have gotten this. That's why I went back and fixed these two. As we look here, right, here is our oyster shell bags. Here's our existing marsh. So what's going to happen to the area between the marsh grass over here and the oyster shell bags? Well, what's going to happen here is it's going to fill in. So this here, right, is going to prevent any erosion from coming here. And what's going to end up happening is little particles of dirt, sand, and silt will build up here and make soil. And eventually this grass right here will spread out into that soil and move over here. So you'll have an expanded wetland or an expanded marsh. And that'll help protect the shoreline by trapping things that come up there. So let's look at our answers here. This is the correct answer here. This area will be filled in with more marsh area that will help prevent erosion. Most of you said this area will stay the same, but will not erode anymore. Or I'm sorry, not most of you. A lot of you said that. That's not true. Okay. And that's why I put it in there, because I wanted to see if you were paying attention to the video. So, or like I said, it seems like a lot of you sent something and said the video didn't work. And I don't know what the heck happened with that. Technology fun. But this is not going to look like this in years to come. In fact, in that video I posted of me talking about the project I did, I can show you that on a time lapse if you go back and look at it. So in other words, it did look like this at one point, the project I worked on down there, Rocky Point, but then it all filled in. Okay. So that's the difference there. You can put this in, and then that back area will backfill into it. So options that you have here to try to prevent shoreline erosion. Putting these in and then letting the oyster shell bags in and letting everything fall back in here. Okay. So that's the idea behind this question here. Those are the two that everybody struggled with. Everybody got the rest of them pretty well. So we will go ahead and stop.